Welcome back to Living Local. It's a new year and maybe you're planning for a new you in 2023. Today we are talking about changing your eating habits and making some lifestyle changes. We're looking at how we can make better choices and long-term changes and not just a quick fix. And at this segment sponsored by Hy-Vee, we have dietitian Nina Struss, and she's going to show us how we can stay on track in 2023, and that is where I'm at, for sure, trying to figure this out. So it's the #1 New Year's resolution, to lose weight and stay healthy. And what's the first things folks should understand when they're wanting to take that change?
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it, and so often we dive headfirst and try and change so many different things. So often when we work with clients, we're trying to find, 1 to 2 things that are more realistic, more achievable, and setting those goals. We call them SMART goals, and so we want them to be specific, right? They need to have a specific goal to be able to set. We want them to be measurable so we can track your progress, achievable too, right? That's key. Realistic, of course, too, and then timely. So, we might just say, I want to lose weight this year. Well, what does that mean? Or I want to be healthier. What does that mean? So we can kind of help from that perspective to get you in a better mindset.
Now, do you recommend people just go cold turkey and cut out everything that's unhealthy right away? Or is it like a measured thing that equals more success?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And actually, when I work with clients, I don't focus on the cutting out. So my perspective actually is different, where I focus on what can we add in. There's just not a lot of sustainability when we're, getting rid of things. Oftentimes there's relapse and we feel bad and we go back to our old habits. So instead, where can we focus on things that we can add in that improve our overall nutrition?
Yeah, and how important is it to document your progress? I mean, should people hold you accountable? That's something I'm having a lot of trouble with, is like, should I document so I can see what kind of progress I'm making, or is that going to make me feel worse, right?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person, for sure. Some people need a support system, so you can reach out to friends or family members to see if that's a possibility, or a healthcare professional, like a dietitian, can help provide that accountability as well. Some people like to track for a while, just to kind of see, get into a groove, and then they go with it, but I always tell people, life happens. Yeah. And so that's one way working with a dietitian can kind of help you adjust when life does happen to keep going.
I always say tortellini happens, and that's my biggest problem. And it can be overwhelming to start making these kind of changes. And where do you recommend people start? Because that for me has been like, okay, today I'm going to be better, and then I'm like, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah,
and sometimes it's hard to decide where to start too. Where are the gaps? And so that's where I can be kind of like that second lens to come in and say, well, I noticed this and this, and let's just start with maybe having a cup of water in the morning before you have your coffee, eating breakfast before, instead of just having coffee be your breakfast, right? Yeah. And so it can be overwhelming. And also remember too, January isn't the start day. It's the start of the year, but it doesn't have to be the start of your health. You can start and stop, or not even look at it as starting and stopping. We're just continuing on down the road of life, right?
So baby steps is something you're recommending.
Definitely very small goals.
Yeah, and so Hy-Vee is offering a new screening service for folks to check their vitamin D levels, and why is that important?
Yes, it's so important, right? Because especially here in the Midwest, most of us are deficient, and now the sun is just not out. We're not getting the vitamin D exposure on our skin, which is the best source. And vitamin D is incredibly important for our bone health, also for our immune health, brain health, right? It's literally the sunshine or happy vitamin. So, trying to make sure you're checking that, taking a supplement if you need to. I'm full with the free screenings right now, but I'm hoping to be able to provide a discounted offer here soon for that.
Yeah, so, if someone has already set a specific goals, but need help finding products to support those goals, what are some of your favorites?
Yes, definitely. So we always have our picks of the month that we're kind of talking about, and we have Performance Inspired Whey. This whole line is really great. The blueberry flavor is one of my favorite ones. It's a great way to get some protein into your day. We were just chatting about the That's It bars. Oh, these are so wonderful.
Those are great.
So literally that's all that's in there is fruit. And typically 2 fruits in there, and that's it. So you're getting a nice portable serving of fruit in there, fiber, vitamins and minerals, and then of course food sources of vitamin D. There's very few of them, but trying to maybe work in some salmon, mushrooms that are grown under specific grow lights.
That's amazing.
Yep, and then maybe even needing to take a supplement as well.
Sure. So we know meeting with a dietitian can help you with all of these things, but what else can someone expect when they meet with a dietitian?
Yeah, I think more than anything, we're super relatable. And so I'm not going to come, I always tell people, I'm not the food police, I'm not the nutrition police. I don't like that job.
Sure.
My job is to help you feel better in the body that you have now. And so, and I like to do that as easily as possible.
I love that. Well, Nina, how can someone get in touch with a dietitian from Hy-Vee?
Yeah, so if they go to Hy-Vee.com and click on the dietitian, the health and wellness tab, and click on dietitian, you can search your store, and then from there you can see all of our services that we have. Booking a free discovery session is probably one of the best places to start.
Nina, thanks so much for coming in. I always learn so much and feel better about myself when you're here.
Oh, good.
So, again, this segment was sponsored by Hy-Vee. For more information, visit Hy-Vee.com. We'll have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com.